What's up, guys? It's been a while. As you can tell from the background, we are in a different shop. Some life changes have happened since I've been off the channel. I think it's been over a year, maybe 2 years. As you can see, the 48, we still have it. A lot of the project cars have disappeared, sold them, and we ended up selling our house, moved to a new house that we're still working on getting, but we're here living in it. But we ended up finding a place with 2 acres. It has a garage by the house with a, I think it's a 25 by 25 garage. Then we have a 20 by 30 shop like our last one. Last house was a 20 by 30. So gained a little more space. But now that we're settled in, I decided to post videos because it's been a minute, and hopefully be more consistent since we're in technically our dream home. It's all remodeled, renovated, and everything like that. But what sparked me to film currently is we got another project car that I'm super excited about. As you're aware, I normally do Volvos. We've messed with the 48 a little bit. We've done some things to the motor. And I mean, I think the bench seat, you guys remember that. Still got to get carpet in it. Got a car seat mounted safely and secured. But since you last saw the videos, the pit bikes are gone, the go-kart's gone, the 100cc 2-stroke bicycle, it's gone. All the Volvos are gone besides my wife's wagon. And I ended up having multiple projects since then. I just never filmed them. I don't know, didn't think about getting the camera out, to be honest. And there were some pretty cool ones, probably should have filmed them. But like a small rundown is, you know, I sold the Volvos. That big turbo B230, it's gone, but my buddy owns it. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to buy it back eventually. It's not running, motors back out of the car, put a stock motor in it. That motor's on the engine stand, so hopefully I'll get to buy it pretty soon, maybe. But I mean, I had a 93 Caprice, which is one of my dream cars since my 95 that I had. I think it was 95. And this one was a 5.3 706 heads, big nitrous cam, 175 shot on radials. You know, I might insert photos of it. It was beautiful. It was black sapphire metallic, still full interior. It was a high 12-second car, ran good. I got an 83 Suburban that I ended up LS swapping, doing aluminum 5.3, rebuilt the motor, put it in there. I mean, we had a Porsche Cayenne that, you know, we had on all terrains, and we were gonna build an Expedition rig, but that was recent. I sold that to get the power plant for our current project, which is behind the camera. You can't see it right now, but you'll get to see it in just a minute. But yeah, we had quite a bit. I mean, I had another Mini Cooper that I lifted. I also had, you know, Caprice, Suburban. Geez, I don't think you guys were there for it, but we converted a bus into a RV and ended up selling it. I don't know if that was before YouTube or when I was in between since the last video. I can't remember. We had one of those. What else did we have? We had, I mean, it's quite a bit. It's in and out of the brain. Had the Porsche. Yeah, I don't know. There's some other things in between there. It's just a lot in between that has happened in the last 2 years. The 48 obviously is never going anywhere. That's staying with us. But the current project, little backstory, we'll skip all this, you know, past history. But the current, my Uncle Lyle, he bought this vehicle. I think he was the early 2000s, maybe. I think he was the second or third owner of it. Always kept it nice. I mean, growing up, it's always been clean. I would see it in his garage. It's always been nice. And the original motor in it lost compression or got low on compression on 3 of the 6 cylinders. So he didn't know if he was gonna fix it or if he was gonna sell it, and got in touch with him, and he decided to let it go, which I was glad to get it because I've always liked these cars. But he was glad I was still going to the family. And it is gonna be an LS swap project. I'll show you the motor we got for it. I'm still kind of shocked that I was able to get my hands on one of these motors, but it happened. I was able to at a really good price. Don't know if I'll say the price, but it was under $10,000 for the motor. So once you see it, you'll probably understand. But this is a 91 300ZX Z32 chassis, and it is all original besides the wheels. Is all bone stock. Doesn't run because the motor is low on compression, but this is it. She is very clean. It has had the bumper repainted, the hood and fenders blended, because I think he may have like bumped into the garage wall or something like that. But regardless, you know, it's getting a just a moderate body kit put on it. Just a little bit wider fenders and all that, and it'll all get repainted back to the factory color. But it's a pretty clean car. It's not perfect. I mean, it does have some door dings here and there. It does have a little crease right there, but luckily the body kit does cover all that up. It's dusty from sitting in the shop, but it had been sitting outside for a little bit. It was garage kept the whole time he had it, but recently after he moved, I believe it sat outside after the mechanic shop. And it does have the original glass headlamps with projector, which is one of the coolest things ever. I know it's real common in modern cars now, but for a 90s JDM, it's sick. So it's got aftermarket wheels, factory Nissan calipers and all that, which are nice. But as you guys know, if you're familiar with this chassis, they have conversion kits for CTSV 4-piston or 6-piston brakes. And since I'm able to get GM parts at a discount, I will be getting the what do you call it? The CTSV, I think it's a 2nd gen, 6-piston Brembos. So we'll be getting those. What's crazy is the yellow CTSV calipers are like $200 cheaper than the silver ones. And the red ones are like $600 more expensive than the silver and yellow. So I don't know if it's a demand thing or if it's people don't really care for the silver or yellow, but the red is outrageously expensive, or else I would get those. But yellow will probably look fine for now with black wheels. I think it'll look pretty good. But she's clean. It's not, like I said, perfect, but it is dang nice for the year. You can see the door cards are nice. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of wear on top of the door panel, which I have yet to clean the door panels and stuff. I just vacuumed it up. But the original carpets are super nice. It does have the T-top shades along with the original bag. It is a 2+2 as well, which is nice because we have a kid. We'll find a way to get the car seat in here. If it doesn't work, by the time we're done building it, I think she'll be in a booster seat. But overall, it's really nice. We got it for a pretty decent deal. For the ones that could already tell, you know, the 2+2, the fuel doors at the back of the wheel, the 2-seaters right there. But I will, and the coolest thing too is the column controls for like cruise and your AC over there. Super cool. I think it has 172K on it. It is an auto car. We are sticking with an automatic in it. This isn't going to be a race car. I mean, it has the potential to be a race car, but it's not going to be. It's going to be a cruiser to go to like LS Fest and other events like that. Passenger side, equally as clean. The dash is good. Switch here. I think the tab broke back there, but we can still buy those. Super cool though. It's got the Bose system, aftermarket tweeters. This door card's just as nice. AC vents are here in the door, which is super sweet. This gives that 90s JDM feel. Backside over here is good. Carpet's amazing. I mean, probably not everybody's favorite spec, but that interior is so retro. It's like a corduroy type interior. But yeah, T-tops are good. The trunk, I should still be able to get into it with the key. Let's see. Yeah. So it's got the T-top bags, which is great. It's got a Pioneer disc changer back here, both speakers there. It doesn't have the cargo cover, which that's fine. I mean, I don't think we'd ever even need it. But overall, it's a super clean car for the age. I mean, you have the interior panel back here, which is broke, but that I'm pretty sure is easy to find. These cars are, I would say, dime a dozen, but it seems like they're harder to find than what I thought. Finding parts, especially in that interior color, seems a little difficult, but luckily it doesn't need a whole lot interior wise. So it is the VG30 DE, I believe it's the DE, and it is torn apart. I got it mostly like this, but what I've done so far was clear some of the lines out, get the radiator and condenser out, and get most of that factory harness taken out. Give myself like 8 to 10 inches from the firewall to pin out and get the factory gauges working. I'd love to get this LS swap done and get the factory gauges working with it if I can, just to maintain an OE look. Kind of a sleeper build. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have zero intentions of ever selling this car. One, because I have admired it since I was growing up. Two, it's been well taken care of. And long story short, it's the poor man's import Corvette. So what I'll do now is kind of give you a little look around the shop. It's a mess right here, but it's 20 by 30. We have plans of building a bigger shop next to it and tying the two together with like an overhead door right here. They already came out and quoted us for it. I think it's like 3,600 bucks, which honestly isn't bad for them to put another overhead like this one in. But it's got 8-foot fixtures, 3 of the LEDs are burnt out, but I plan on getting a whole different light system put in here. So there will be videos of like shop upgrades. There's wasps, you better chill the F out. But there'll be a few videos of light upgrades, shop upgrades, while I'm waiting on getting parts for this beauty. 48 just needs carpet, a little bit of wire cleanup. That's one thing I need to do, is show you what we've done to the engine bay. Yeah, I mean, it's well, I guess I don't need to go in here. It's pretty much done for the most part. We have done a Holley Terminator on it, which has made it nicer. But we've done the typical sheet metal intake. We did a Holley Terminator with the firewall bulkhead to help clean up wiring. We cleaned up the wiring on the passenger side, cleaned up the wiring on the driver's side for the most part, and some nice loom. Still need to work through that mess there and just clear out the wires we don't need. But it's got a carbon fiber intake now. Got rid of the PVC one. Redid the upper radiator hose because we ended up doing a different accessory bracket. But it runs good. We've had some issues with the tag. We had a vintage plate on it, and it was just kind of a nightmare to update the tag for the vintage plate. So we ended up getting just a regular updated plate for the state. The vintage plate would be cool, but every time we went to get it renewed, it was something. It was always something, and long story short, it sat out of date for like 3 years. I was still driving it here and there, but realized lately it's probably not smart, just because they could impound it, and I don't want to spend the money on getting it out. We need to spend money on this thing. So besides that, this is the shop. It's not big. It's big enough to work on this car, keep the 48 out of the elements. Of course, whenever we're pulling the motor and stabbing it, it won't be here. We don't want to risk damaging it. But this is the new project. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's not a Volvo for all my Volvo followers out there. But I mean, let's be honest, it's a pretty sweet coupe. And it's got T-tops. I mean, come on, that's nice. So I'm gonna head over to the other garage, I'll show you my new daily. I did get a new daily. It is a Volvo. It's probably one of the sweetest Volvos I've had, but I'll show you the motor too. It's one of the proudest things that I have owned so far. So we'll take you over there and we'll see you in just a minute. All right, guys, we are in the garage. As you can see, spiderweb, we have my wife's XC70 over here. It did get some Raceline simulated beadlocks with Falcon Wild Peak all-terrains. This thing is a beast now. We did put new injectors in it because they were going out, essentially. It was having a long crank every now and then, so we went ahead and just put them in. Didn't want to risk an injector getting stuck open and flooding a cylinder and bending a rod. We don't need that financial burden right now. So it's still stock height. When we were getting the 300ZX into the shop, my buddy Cam's truck with the steel bed car hauler and the 300ZX got stuck in the mud. It's on like an incline, like our property, it inclines, or incline or decline, whatever you call it. And it's two-wheel drive truck, which it's pretty hard packed by the shop, but the further out where we were driving, I don't drive on it, so it wasn't compact. And his truck got stuck, so I hooked the XC70 up to it. And if you're familiar with Volvos, it's front wheel drive until it slips and then it kicks in the rear with the Haldex all-wheel drive. So it spun the front for a split second, engaged the rear, turbo spooled up, and it yanked it out like it was nothing. I was honestly impressed, but with my black P2 chassis, which is the body style before this is a P3, I pulled a police Tahoe out of a ditch in the snow, and that wagon did not miss a beat at all. I mean, it yanked him out. I didn't think it would do it because it was slick on the road, but it yanked him out. So this is her wagon. Still runs good. It's a T6 Polestar tuned. Has a 3.5-inch stainless downpipe, high flow cat. I mean, it absolutely rips. Fun car, perfect daily in my mind. And then this is my daily. I ended up selling my Suburban, my Caprice, all that, and we paid her car off, and she told me that I deserved a nice car for once. So I bought this beauty. It's a S90. It is the long wheelbase year T6. I don't have the key on me, but it's like a chocolate brown interior. It's fully loaded. I mean, it's got pilot assist, which is technically like a 80% autopilot kind of thing. It's nice. And we just got back from Wichita, Kansas for a vacation, and it drove by itself for, I mean, 80% of the trip essentially. Heated and cooled front seats, heated and cooled rear, massaging front, which I haven't had them, but I've been in vehicles with massaging seats. These ones are the most useful. You can actually feel the massaging mechanism, and it digs in deep compared to some other vehicles. I think one's a Grand Wagoneer, the new body style that I was in. Not worth it. But yeah, it's a good car. It is long. It's a full-size sedan. And my seat, I sit with the back of my seat about right here because I'm 6'1", and you can still fit a 6-foot person in the back, and their knees are barely against my seat. If I'm the passenger side where my small wife sits, you have plenty of legroom being 6 foot tall. Super comfy, super sweet. If anybody wants a quality daily, for the amount you pay, you get the most car, in my opinion, on these new Volvos compared to any other Volvo out there. But enough of the boring dailies. This is the motor here. It's a mess back here because we have like the Porsche seat backs and all of our attic storage stuff. I just haven't built an attic space yet because we're still trying to close on the house and stuff. But this, as you can tell by the part number, is, believe it or not, a brand new from GM LS7. And I'm going to obviously unbag it because that's the best part. As people know, LS7s, they do have the cylinder head issues where they can drop a valve or have premature guide wear, which it is what it is. I'm gonna upgrade any of that, all that anyways. I just am tied between, you know, rocking it with some TSP roller tip rockers, and a lot of people have said that helps reduce the premature guide wear because it takes the side load off the valves from the OE rockers. But I'm also contemplating going down the route of Brodix BR7 heads, you know, Texas Speed Cam. Just go ahead and build it up to be a solid unit. God, there's some big spiders in here. To be a solid unit, make good power. For that 300ZX, obviously this motor is more than enough bone stock. But just because we plan on driving the crap out of it, going to like Kentucky LS Fest and LS Fest Texas and all that, it's probably ideal to go ahead and foolproof it. But it is the 7-liter, as you can see there. It is brand new from GM. They're discontinued, and GM, obviously, if you order one, they will not take the core charge back. Not the core charge, but they won't take the motor back if you order one because it is discontinued. So the company I work for, we have a warehouse that distributes all sorts of different brands. And for some reason, they had this brand new. It had been sitting for over a year. They already discounted it. Nobody was buying it. And I called up there to see what my cost was on it. They told me it was still a little high. And I think it was like right at maybe 10, but it's still a little high. So I told him, you know, let me group some money up and let me think about it. Well, then I guess his boss called him or talked to him, told him to call me back. They need it out of their inventory. It's been sitting there for a long time. They just needed it gone. So sorry about that, camera died. But I think where it left off was me talking about them having it. But yeah, his boss said he needed it out of there, and they told me a price to get it gone that day, and it was something I couldn't pass up. I mean, I knew I could sell my Porsche Cayenne for enough, close to enough to get it. I do have a Pokemon card collection. Sorry, the GoPro's getting hot in this garage and it keeps dying. I mean, it's a little toasty in here, but yeah, they needed it gone. They told me a cash price, and I said get it my way. Sold the Porsche that same day. Like I said, I have a Pokemon collection. I sold most of that, but this was a must-have piece. So that's what's going in the vehicle. I know it's not a crazy build like some other 300Zs out there, but for anybody that's interested, would love to have you follow along. Any advice would be great. I know that LOJ does a lot of the conversion parts, so we'll be buying from them. But other than that, that's an update on the life situation. I mean, sorry that I haven't been posting in the last like 2 years maybe, but we've had a lot of things come and go. Decided to sell our house, got this beautiful place. So hopefully from here on out, we'll have some build progress. I've been maintaining only keeping 2 project cars. So that's where I'm gonna stay, so I can focus my whole bank account and energy into those cars. But my wife, she picked this car as well, as just as much as I did, and she loves it. So this is gonna be our project, and we're gonna build it together. Because last time we built something like this is my 88 Jeep Cherokee. We LS swapped, vinyl wrapped, lifted, whole nine. We just ended up selling it because it wasn't ideal for the kid and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys stay tuned. As always, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribing is free. It just, you know, in the future would allow us to help build cool projects like this, build some crazy stuff. But as of right now, I really really appreciate you guys' support, and I think this is gonna be fun. It's the craziest build that I've ever done. I've never had a power plant as crazy as that, and I've never, I can't say never LS swapped something, but I've LS swapped plenty of vehicles. I've just never had the drive to LS swap it and do it with high-end parts. I've always not necessarily cut corners, but if there's a cheaper set of short tubes compared to long tubes, it got that. Motor mounts always did good brand. The harness, I've done Holley Terminator on a few, but also have done some cheap like $250 HPI harnesses, which aren't bad, honestly. They really aren't. I've never had an issue with them. But this one, probably getting a Fuel Tech, it's gonna get everything that's nice. I mean, we're talking full LOJ swap kit, which is like 7-8 grand. It's getting all of that. Interior staying bone stock, getting the factory gauges hooked up, body kit, coilovers, wheels, drop it. I mean, it's gonna be a sweet ride. I have a vision. My wife has the same vision as I do. So we're gonna stick with it, roll with it, and see what it turns out to be. But as always, I appreciate you guys, and you'll see us in the next one. Videos won't be as common as they were, because with the new house, you know, it's a higher house payment, stuff like that, so the money's not as readily available. But we are going to build this vehicle. It's going to be a quality build over time, so it's going to take some time. But there will be videos in between of, like, you know, shop updates, maybe some road trips we take, maybe some road trips to go get parts that we need. So yeah, just stay tuned. Hope you all enjoy it. You might see some more of my brother's Turbo C10. Currently he's getting a different fuel pump set up for it, because I think the Magna Fuel, I think it's a 750, something like that. It's finally gone out again after the rebuild, but he is daily driving like 40,000 miles on this pump. So he's going a different route with that. So you'll probably see some more of it, but yeah, there's gonna be a lot of car content, not just my vehicle, but, you know, buddies' vehicles and all that. So stay tuned for those. We got Cadillacs. I mean, big body 60s Cadillacs. My brother's C10. My buddy that actually talked me into the LS7 has a C6 Z06. So this is gonna be my comparison of a JDM Corvette versus the, you know, all-American bald eagle ripping Z06. So that'll be a fun little wanted driving comparison, you know, see how they perform. I am doing a built 4L60 behind that LS7. So for everybody that doesn't think it'll work, stay tuned to see if it actually does. We're gonna find out. I've had built LS7s, built 4L60s behind, you know, like the Suburban I did. It's too bad I didn't film that, honestly. Solid transmission, probably the best 4L60 I've had. So that same guy's gonna build one for the LS7. And it's gonna have to go from dry sump to wet sump conversion. So that'll be a conversion to see there, because it's not just a simple pump and oil pan and pickup tube. You gotta get a spacer for the harmonic balancer, all sorts of stuff. But other than that, I think that's about it. I'm excited. I'm a kind of guy that likes to hurry up and get things done to enjoy it, but I think it's time to step back and, you know, have a nice quality build, reliable build. All the other ones were reliable, but I want to do a top of the line. I want to make it look good, clean. I mean, we're going to take it out and get the underside dry ice blasted, and engine bay is going to get shaved, wire tucked. I mean, it's going to be a pretty sweet build. So stay tuned for all that. Appreciate you guys. And I am out of here. Peace.